Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine, here to do the tarot reading for the full moon in Virgo. Oh goodness, that's my doggy Sandy. Full moon in Virgo, yes. So Virgo is mutable earth, and so that's adaptable. Virgo as adaptable yet wanting to get things in the physical, practical world. As an archetype, Virgo is a servant to others. It is someone who is analytical. They have a very pure heart and purity about them. They like to refine things and make them better. Okay, they're constantly analyzing in their mind of how can I make this better? What can I do? Very action oriented, though they are the mutable sign. So when we have our full moon in Virgo, that's going to cause us to sort of take on an emotional state or mental emotional state as a Virgo would, wanting to serve others, wanting to make a plan for what things we'd like to bring to fruition. It's making a trine, which is the most positive aspect in astrology, to Uranus, which just moved into Taurus, which is our fixed earth. Okay, so Uranus is the awakener. It is the heavenly realm awakener, the revolutionist, the rebel, the weirdo. It's like Aquarius, as Uranus rules Aquarius. So what that tells me is that we're wanting to set our plans for what we want to bring into our practical everyday world, for what we have been spiritually awakened to, okay, and how we're going to bring that spiritual awakening into the physical reality of Taurus, okay? So Moon in Virgo's planning our everyday, and I say that because the archetype of Virgo is a planner and wanting to refine and make better. It also rules the sixth house, which is our everyday world, our everyday task, okay? So we're wanting to plan our everyday life with the spiritual awakening that Uranus brought and is bringing for many still. We want to take that spiritual awakening, and now that it's in Taurus, in the fixed earth, we want to root it, ground it, so that it can grow and manifest. Awesome communication on this full moon. It really is the start to the new world. I'm going to do 3 tarot cards for all 12 zodiac signs, Aries to Pisces. I typically like to go by the ascendant so that I can give a little bit of predictive astrology and say, hey, it's the moon's affecting you this way. However, for this particular video, we're just going to do tarot. So feel free, if you do not know your ascendant, to go by your sun sign or your moon sign or whatever resonates best with you, okay? This is actually not like coffee, even though it's in my Starbucks cup. I got water from Starbucks and just reused the cup. What I did was I bought I bought like powder mix. I've been watching Vishen, I forget his name, from Mind Valley. God, I love that guy. Oh my God, he's so brilliant. And I watched one of his videos about, you know, eating right and all of that. And he's like, if you're busy and you don't have a lot of time, you know, make smoothies. Like, I do fruit smoothies, but I got like the GNC type stuff with protein because I don't eat a lot of meat. And I know you can get protein from other sources, and I do try that, but you know, I'm just like, yay, just add it to water or milk and you're good to go. So anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, we've also, let me talk a little bit more about the moon. Oh, I was saying you can go by your ascendant, your sun sign, or your moon sign, whatever resonates. I will timestamp below. Watch all three and see what resonates as well. But again, going back to this full moon, it's making some positive communication with Mercury, or I'm sorry, so it's at the same time that this is happening is what I want to say. Excuse me. Y'all know I just do this as I go. I don't, though my sun sign is a Virgo, I don't, so I'm a sun sign Virgo, moon sign Aquarius, and my ascendant is in Libra with like a stellium of planets in Libra. So I'm a heavy Libra person, and I can definitely see my Aquarian, but that like whole like planning and being organized, my sun sign Virgo, I don't, I'm growing into the sun sign, and I think that's what happens with a lot of us, is that we grow into the sun sign. Now it is sitting in the 12th house, which I do see that in my personality, but anyway, this is probably a mumbo jumbo to some of you, and if you'd like me to take a look at your own chart, I do offer readings at divinelygenuine.com. I have a sale going on where you can get a free healing crystal, and it's like 30-something% off already. But it's a great, great tool, astrology is, in learning yourself and others. But back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Okay, so Venus has moved into Capricorn with the maleficence of Saturn and Pluto, which have been there for a while, right? Saturn's been there a year. We'll be there another year. Anywho, so Venus is conjunct Saturn, okay, sitting right next to it, and Mercury, our planet of communication and our intellect, is sextiling both Venus, which is our love of our relationships, love of our projects, our money, our resources. Venus wants to feel good. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and so it wants to feel good. It wants to be in balance and happy and harmonious, and it wants to feel very comfortable with its passions, its money. So it's ruling our money, projects, and relationships, okay, simply put. So having our planet of communication and intellect making positive aspects to the planet that rules our relationships and projects and money is beautiful, especially on a full moon, because especially this full moon, being that it is, to me, it is really the start of this new world coming into the physical. And so it's just awesome. It's added awesome energy to help with our relationships, our projects, our money. Sextile is a very positive communication. Now, Mercury is also sextile to Saturn, which Saturn is having us build this new world. Saturn rules, so Saturn rules Capricorn, okay? Saturn is in its home sign of Capricorn right now, and Capricorn rules our government, our rules. It's restrictive. It creates boundaries and guidelines. It builds communities. It builds structure. It builds traditions. Now we are looking at all of those traditions, and we've last year we're looking really deep at all of that with Jupiter and Scorpio, and saying, what do we want? Not just Jupiter, like Venus. There was so much Scorpio energy. Venus was in Scorpio, and we were really asking ourselves, what do we want from relationships? What do we want from projects? And what we found there, I believe, is what we are now building with Pluto and definitely with Saturn and Capricorn for this next year. Okay, so whatever you truly want to build in your life, do it now. The time is now. And start slow, start slow. It's okay. Taurus is a slow energy, Uranus is in Taurus, but Taurus knows it knows their value, but it takes its time. It understands that nothing can be built overnight, Well, I won't say nothing, but anywho, so yes, our planet Mercury, which is again influencing our intellect and our communication, is making a sextile to Saturn, which is trying to build these new foundations. So it's beautiful, all the support and how they're all working together. I think it's so great. Also, on a side note, if you guys are familiar with Chiron, Chiron is the wounded healer. It's in our own personal charts. It's where you need to work on your healing, right? We all have it somewhere. It's an asteroid that orbits like the planets do. Let's see. So what I was going to say is Chiron just recently, I believe it might have been last night. Today is President's Day, Monday night. And it just recently moved out of Pisces, which I think the Leo King, whom I follow a lot, said that it was there like 8 years, I want to say, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. It's been there quite a while. I do believe it was, though, it may have been that long. But anyway, so now Chiron has just yesterday moved into Aries. So it is a new start. It's like we healed all of this spiritual stuff, subconscious stuff, because that's what Pisces rules, is the spiritual realm as well as our subconscious stuff. My sun sign is in the 12th house, and I know that energy very well. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and I've always been very spiritually focused, I definitely see that part a lot, even more so than the Virgo thing, but I do believe also we grow into our sun signs. Anywho, yeah, so it's like we've been asked to heal the subconscious patterns, especially like for me last night. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. I tried doing the videos for you guys for this full moon. I mean, more times than I have ever had to try, and it was as if Mercury was in retrograde. Like, it was just like, my phone just constantly stopping. I'm using the laptop now, just all these interruptions, and I was getting frustrated, and all these like past patterns started coming up that night, like subconscious patterns that I thought I had cleared were coming up again, and it hit me because I always pay attention to how I feel with these transits, especially the moon, and it hit me, and I was like, you know what, I think we're on the tail end, because I already kind of knew it would be like these next few days that Chiron was in the last degrees of Pisces. Last degrees of any sign is very intense. So, I was sitting there and I'm like, having all of this like really just kind of down mentally in patterns that I had been in the past, that I was realizing were coming up, and I was like, whoa, I thought that was cleared, and I knew by the way I was feeling and all of that Chiron must have been in the last degrees of Pisces, And so it's kind of neat once you start learning all of the astrology. You don't have to constantly even be looking, but, you know, of course, following it. But you can tell by the way you feel what's going on. I've been able to do that with the moon a lot too over the last couple years. But all right, before I ramble on anymore, let me say a bit about Chiron moving into Aries now. So Chiron in Pisces was teaching us ultimately to surrender, because that is the beauty of Pisces, to go with the flow, and to heal, to become aware of, and to then heal the subconscious patterns. The subconscious mind is what is not conscious, right? It's what we aren't aware of, that we've programmed and been programmed with. If you guys don't try to program your own minds, you must know that you are being programmed from everything you read, listen to, watch. You might as well go ahead and do yourself a benefit and listen to positive affirmations like when you sleep, or high vibration music, you know. It does wonders to the psyche. But with Chiron moving into Aries, Aries stands for the self, okay? So what we're going to be doing, and it's different for each person's chart too, as how, like what area of life Aries is for you. For me, it falls in my relationship house, so I'll be having to learn how to work with people better and heal, you know, maybe trust issues with people, and, you know, all the things we have with relationships. But it is teaching all of us, I believe, since Aries is the first house and it's our self-identity, it is teaching us to heal what we've identified with in the past, and to now embrace more our authentic self, and to heal being afraid to do so for so many years and lifetimes. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into y'all's tarot readings. So I am using my good old Tarot Illuminati deck. Okay, let me see it there. Got those lights really bright. I'm going to go ahead and cut them. I have been shuffling. And I'm so excited that we're going to use as well we're using the Healing Fairy cards. Miss Doreen Virtue. I do not discount her work that she did, though she is on a different path now, and I wish her well, and I hope that she comes to peace with her, you know, whole being, and doesn't, you know, anyway, not my place. And I'm so excited to be using this deck that I just bought in New Mexico at Indigo Mermaid. Look them up. Some wonderful people there. Sorry, those lights are way too bright. This is called the Keepers of Light. Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. I just love them. Indigo Mermaid. I got a energy healing done there on my drive to Cali, and was super excited. I was just like, ooh, I need to get a crystal while I'm in New Mexico, and so I map quested it real quick, you know, as I'm en route, and there's a shop 5 minutes away. Of course, right? It's how the universe works. I'm like, so awesome. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with Aries Ascendant, or I'm sorry, Aries. I'll just say Aries. Ooh, nice. You guys have the High Priestess. I feel like you might have had this. Maybe I do need to, like, adjust the lighting a bit. I don't believe that you guys can see the picture with it that bright. There we go. A little bit of shadow on my face, but at least now you can see the picture. Okay, so Aries, you have the High Priestess. That is saying to trust your intuition at this time. I do feel like y'all got this on the new moon, or maybe it was the one before. Learn to just check in with yourself, Aries, before rushing forward. You guys are so great at getting things off the ground. You have no fear with pushing through or pushing into action what you want. But sometimes you guys don't check in or think about the details. So on this full moon in Virgo, Spirit is saying to check in with your intuition, check in with your gut, make sure that you should be a part of this, of the ventures that you wish to. You also have creative expression from the Healing Fairy cards, which is saying it's a great time during this full moon with this peak of energy to use your creativity to creatively express yourself. Okay, and that can be in so many ways. It can be in any way you desire, just be creative. And then for the Keepers of the Light, you guys have, oh gosh, it's very hard for me to say. I'll show you. Let's see if y'all can see it. Oh god. I'm so sorry. There we go. So it's Mahavatar Babaji. I hope that I said that okay. The meaning is soul expansion. It says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Pretty cool. Yes. Yes. Soul's expanding as you creatively express, and you understand the connection between that expression and needing to check to make sure it's from source. It's beautiful. Taurus, you guys have the Prince of Wands, moving forward with passion and drive. Okay. You also have the Honoring Your True Feelings from the Healing Fairy cards. So as you move forward with that passion and drive, be sure that you're honoring your true feelings when you do that. You know, so kind of like with Aries, they had check with your intuition. It's kind of like before you move forward, make sure you're honoring your truest feelings. So that's what you want to do. Okay. And then for the Keepers of the Light deck, we have Isis, Magic Manifesting. That is so perfect for you, Taurus. You know, in the book that I'm writing about our moon signs, I call you guys the practical magician, because you guys definitely know how to manifest your desires. And with Isis, it says magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Moving on to Gemini, we have the Hierophant. This is traditional spiritual teachings. This can be historical teachings. It's like the elders of the church. It's sacred sacred knowledge like astrology. Okay? It's wise teachings. And we have be honest with yourself. Okay? So Gemini, you guys are going to look at your belief systems, your spiritual belief systems, and being honest with yourself of how you feel about those. We have Green Tara, Supreme Protection, as the Keepers of Light card. These lights are so bright. It says you're protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation, trust. Okay, so, you know, as cords are being cut, you're being protected. Just trust. Trust. Be honest with yourself. It's okay to trust yourself with your beliefs. I'm gonna have to pause it, guys. I have to go to the restroom. All right, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Moving on to Cancer. Cancer, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so this means a major ending in a certain situation that you have really tried all the efforts you could. It's a worn out story. It really is going to take you to understand that there is a need to surrender, that is over and done. Whatever has been a real painful burden, you know, it's not yours to have to change, but it's ending, so that's good. It is done and finished. Okay, and you have the problem resolved card from the Healing Fairies backing that up, saying, you know what, that time in life is over. There will be no more of that painful backstabbing, or, you know, obviously it doesn't have to be that. That's just the picture of the 10 of Swords. But it's definitely an ending to things just not working right. And for the Keepers of the Light, we have the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. If I could just know where to hold this perfectly. If we go on this side. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So though you had to experience an ending, remember that it was a painful thing that somehow has fallen away, and it's resolved problems, though it may not have, you know, this ending may not be exactly how you would have had it, but it did resolve some problems, and Spirit is saying that now Spirit has your back, and expect miracles, and remember that that only love is real. It's beautiful. Moving on to Leos, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so 5 of Pentacles is, you know, not being supported financially, being stuck out in the cold. It is a very fearful based card. Okay, now it comes from the 4 of Pentacles, which is learning to balance one's money and finances, and it's spending. For the 5 of Pentacles, you're going to want to watch your spending, and most importantly, watch any fears that are coming up. Okay, you don't want to project fear, because that then is what you'll get. Okay, let's see what else we have for you guys. Ooh, we have higher consciousness. So, you know, maybe if you start doubting things regarding money, or feeling like, you know, you're losing money, or you're getting less money, or if I partner with these people, is that going to put me at risk? But the Healing Fairies are saying what's important is the higher consciousness. The consciousness of all of us, of the divine that's being brought together in divine timing. Okay. And the keepers of light for you Leos is Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Okay. It says truth is being revealed, deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. All right? So don't be afraid. Get quiet. Think of the higher consciousness that of all of us and that you've gained, and get quiet so that you can get clear on the understandings and downloads you're receiving from your higher self. All right. Moving on to Virgo. Happy full moon to you, Virgos. This will definitely highlight your chart. So you guys have the Six of Swords, which is going to, which is kind of a worrisome card. Big surprise, Virgos worry. But it's, it's leaving the Five of Swords, which is a very aggressive energy, and now it's just kind of distraught and not understanding where life is going. There's a bit of a call to surrender with this card as to where the tide will take them. That it is a mental card, so you want to try to get out of your mind, and I know that's hard for you Virgos, but may start monitoring your thoughts, because the more good thoughts that you bring in, the more sure thoughts you bring in, the less worry and fear you'll have. Because remember, whatever you focus on is what you're attracting. We have trust your intuition. Okay, so maybe you don't know where the road is going to take you, but there's no need to worry. Spirit is saying to trust your intuition. Okay, and the keepers of light, you got Sanat Kumara, which is light activation. Okay, it says, shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So there you go, Virgos. You guys are seriously very pure of heart. You're the purest sign, and you want to help other people, and the best way to help yourself and other people is to shine that light of purity that you guys have. And if you could just remember to get out of worry and shine your light in the way that you serve people, your life, I feel, will increase so well. Because remember, whatever you're doing, whatever you're focusing on, you'll get more of. So if you're shining your light to help others, you'll have so much love given back to you. If you're focused on worry and I don't know where to go and I don't know what's going to happen, you're never going to leave that state of being. You'll always have something to worry about, okay? And that's all of us. That's life. Libra, we have the Hanged Man. This is saying that we are being asked to surrender. You know, Mercury just moved into Pisces, is what I like to think of with this. Because surrender is definitely a Pisces thing. And Mercury is our mentality, our intellect, and communication. So Libra, at this time, we're being asked to surrender to the divine. Okay. And let's see, we also have from the Healing Fairy cards the Inner Child. So as you surrender, Libras, to divine timing, to the will of fate, surrender to your spiritual quest, remember to connect to your inner child, because that child that was born with this spiritual quest in her or his heart knows exactly how to lead you to the happiest life. And for the keepers of light, we have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Aww, it's so pretty. Trying to give it some good light here so y'all can see. Krishna, devotion. Devotion, Libras, no going back and forth. Be devoted to your spiritual path. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized and you're loved unconditionally. That's beautiful. Scorpio, we have the Eight of Swords. Alright, Scorpios, you know what this means. This means that you're going to have a bit of a battle with your mind. If you can get that under control, you will do yourself a great justice. This is someone who is trapped by their own thoughts. They don't know which way to go, okay? So what I would like to suggest you do, and I do this for my healing services that I offer at my website, is to start listening, like I mentioned earlier, to positive affirmations while you go to sleep, or crystal bowl music, while you're driving, while you're anything, play positive affirmations. Now, sure, it'll make you feel good in the moment, but what you're doing is you're actually creating new brain patterns. Our thoughts are patterns, so you're just injecting some in there. Kind of like, think of it as like a album or a disc, and you just added a new track on there to play in the mix, okay? It's a great way to break up all of that worry, okay? But do what you need to get out of your head, to get out of worry, because your perspective is everything. You also should maybe look into the law of attraction, and that's what I was going to say. I use as well in my healing services. What we focus on, we get more of. So if you focus on all of these restrictions that are only in your mind, that is exactly what you're going to get in life, is a bunch of restrictiveness, okay? So once you understand that in order to have the abundance of whatever it is you wish, you have to open up that door. You have to open up with a thought. You have to create the channel for spirit to then bless you with it, okay? We have rise above problems. Yes, so if the problems are just mentally, which, you know, it's not just you guys. For most of us, that's how it is, because we haven't been taught this sort of idea until recently. Okay, so as you learn to control your mind, and it's going to feel strange if you just start doing this law of attraction and practicing positive affirmations, it's going to feel kind of weird, because you're telling yourself something that's not actually in front of you yet. But if you think about it like this, and you say, oh my gosh, I only have 50 bucks, what if I get a flat tire? You're already, that has not happened, right? So you're already telling yourself something that hasn't happened, that is not part of your reality. Maybe the money part is true, but you haven't gotten this flat tire that you just created a worrisome story, which the universe may get you. But instead, what if you say, I'm so grateful that I have $50, and that with that, I can create even more opportunities, or that I am so grateful that I have opportunities all around me, that I have a wonderful vehicle that takes me everywhere I need to go, and that my money builds each day. You see the difference. The difference is great with your energy in the moment, but what you're doing is you are literally creating, like I said, open vessels or channels for that energy to flow back to you. Read The Secret if you haven't already. Let's see, we have for the Keepers of the Light, Kuan Yin, which is care and compassion. Okay, and this says, choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. You know, this is a really great way to get yourself out of your own mind, of your own problems that can trap you with that Eight of Swords, is to actually start looking at others and how can I help? How can I show you love? How can I show you that I do care? How can I show you compassion? And, you know, it's when you help other people that you forget about your own problems. Moving on to Sagittarius, we have the Three of Wands. This is opportunities coming in, great opportunities coming in all around you. Okay. And the Healing Fairy cards are saying on these opportunities, maybe one of them is to take a vacation. Either way, mentally, take a vacation. Treat yourself with self-love and self-care. If you can't take a real vacation, then up your self-care a bit and treat yourself. Go to a spa, have a massage, take time to meditate, take a hot bath, eat a good warm meal, you know, jog, whatever your way of feeling good is. That's what the Healing Fairy cards are saying. And the better you feel, actually, they go hand in hand, the more opportunities will present themselves. And we have for you, Sagittarius, the Miriam, Sacred Vision. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. Yes. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay. I love how it says to choose to forgive in order to heal. You know, I just wrote a blog on my website about why astrology is what I called it, and you know, a big huge reason I got into astrology, I mean, besides just being led to it, was it helped me to forgive a level deeper than I was able to for the pain I was experiencing. I was able to see people through the energies of what they're born with. So yeah, good stuff, Sagittarius. So you're going to self-care, take a vacation. You know, for some of you, and there is an opportunity to vacation, and in that will help you to forgive. But for others of you, as you treat yourself better with self-love, and you'll remember that love has no boundaries, it'll help you to heal, and then more opportunities will be coming in. Capricorn, you guys have the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands is very fiery. She's very regal. She's charming, seductive. She's a socialite. She knows her power and is not afraid to use it, but embraces her seduction, her charm, her ability to socialize, her intellect. And we have dreams come true. So Capricorn, as you guys are embracing all that makes you you, the thing about you that attracts people to you, be it seduction, charm, whatever it is that draws people to you, that is what's going to help you to make your dreams come true. Okay? And for the keepers of light, we have the divine director, intervention, and purpose. I know for you Capricorns, you guys are going through some stuff. You've got a lot of energy happening in Capricorn. And I do want you to know that, there is a divine order to things. And intervention and purpose is, sort of how God does its work. It says divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Okay? Yes, Capricorn, it's okay to not be so serious, to take off work from time to time, or to do what you want to do that makes you happy. Okay? And that is how you draw your dreams to you. Okay, so don't forget why you're doing all that you're doing to be successful is to make yourself happy. And don't forget, like during these harder times, that it's, divine intervention, like it said. Aquarius, we have the Queen of Cups, the muse in the dream, the subconscious mind, the one who has embraced her subconscious patterns, the one who embraces her dreams, her emotions. Okay. She is very mysterious, that's for sure. So for you Aquarius, I would say pay attention to how you feel emotionally. Pay attention to your subconscious patterns. Pay attention to your dreams. And it's a good card to have if you're a musician when that comes up. It's a good idea to use your creative outlets. And as you do, you are awakening your true self. As you connect to your dream world, to your emotions, to those subconscious patterns, that is awakening you to your true self. Alright. Now for the keepers of the light, we have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. I love this one. It says, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Wow, that's so neat. Because as we've got the, subconscious card come up, which represents the subconscious mind, which is where our patterns go. And then we got the White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, connect with your lineage. It'd be cool, Aquarius, is to do one of those, like, looking back at your roots, like Ancestry.com or whatever, like, and to, or even do like a past life reading. That'd be really neat. So, Pisces, we have the Nine of Wands. And this is the heart of the warrior, moving forward with strong beliefs. We also have miracle healing. So as you embrace your warrior strength, you're going to have a miracle healing. And for you guys, we have Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. So awesome. So move beyond the current challenges. Fight the good fight of faith. You have a miracle healing coming. Focus on what you desire. That's what I have for you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share, comment below. Love you guys. Peace.